Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan. I welcome you all to my Ielts reading video. All the people in Pakistan who are preparing for Ielts and Pakistanis all over the world who are struggling with Ielts, a great hello from Asad Yaqub. Then all the people in India, Indian Punjab, Indian Punjabis all over the world, Indians all over the world who are struggling with Ielts, a great hello from Asad Yaqub, and I'm going to be the part of your struggle. I'm going to be the part of solution, by the way, right? So there will not be any problem. And then my students in Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand and Africa. Hello Africans from Asad Yaqub. The type of questions which I'm going to solve here is your most favorite, most confusing for many students, and that is list of headings. Okay, so we got a list of headings. There are headings and you got to read the passage, paragraph, and they got to decide which heading is appropriate for that. So let's just take a start with list of heading. We are going to crack list of headings. I'm going to tell you how to read the passage, how to read about the headings, and how to understand the headings, and then how to decide which heading is appropriate. Thank you. Let's take a start. Okay, now let's take a start with list of headings, right? So you don't need to read all the details. List of headings, and remember one thing, whenever there is a list of heading type of questions, for that it is important to read other type of questions of that passage as well. Now we have, like for example, list of headings is 14 to 18, then we have 19. So you can just take a look at this diagram, label the diagram, pipes and ducts. Wherever you find the word pipes and ducts, so there you will find the answers. Then we've got questions 23 to 26, Zhang, and then broad manufactured, right? Progress in China, power and cost, benefits, and all that. Because for list of headings you have to go through all these things, so at least you should be familiar with the questions with this, for this diagram and this. Now let's take a start. This is list of headings and this is the passage. In order to do list of headings, don't read the headings first, because if you read the headings first, you just confuse yourself. All you need to do, you need to skim the paragraph. Try to skim all the paragraph if you can do it quickly. Otherwise, you can skim the first few lines or the last lines to get the idea. Now, if I start skimming from here, Zhang Yu is founder and chairman. They're telling us about this guy Zhang Yu. Okay, sustainable building, we read somewhere about that. Okay, otherwise known as board. I think Zhang Yu I read somewhere in the questions. Who on 1st January, now this is the story. It shows construction workers buzzing around like gnats while a clock is in the corner of the screen marks the time. In just 360 hours, a 100-meter tall tower called the T30 rise from the empty side of the overlooked Yunnan River. At the end of the video, the camera spirals around the building overhead as the broad. Okay, they made the building in 360 hours. At the end of the video, okay, appeals on the screen, a lowercase b that wraps around itself in an imitation of the symbol. The company is in the process of franchising its technology to partners in India, Brazil, Russia. What is it's selling is the world's first standardized. Now they are telling, my goodness, here they are telling what are they doing, what the company. What it is selling is the world's first standardized skyscraper, and with it Zhang aims to turn Broad into the McDonald's of the sustainable building industry. Now that's what you need to keep in mind. When asked why he decided to start a construction company, Zhang replies, it's not a construction company, it's a structural revolution. So we got to remember this as well. Okay, now after considering all that, we just go back and see if there is any heading that matches. Number one, a joint business project. No, they didn't talk about any. They talked about business project but not a joint. They talked about venture, McDonald's and all that. Other engineering achievements? No, they just talked about one engineering achievements, not other. 3. Examining the overall benefits? Not yet. 4. A building like no other. A building like no other. They talked about building. A skyscraper like no other. Now that's what we got to find out. Skyscraper, okay, they say what it is selling is the world's first standardized skyscraper. Skyscraper is building, world's first means no other, world's first. So a building like no other is world's first skyscraper, right? Option number 4 is going to be the right answer. Again I tell you, a building like no other, and what it is selling is the world's first standardized skyscraper. So heading number 4 is taken, so we cross it here. Now we've got B. Let's see what is B about. So far board has built 16 structures in China, okay, plus another in Cancun. They are fabricated at 2 factories in Hunan, roughly an hour's drive from both towns, okay. The sprawling headquarters, the floors and ceilings of the skyscrapers are built in sections, each measuring, this is about the measurement, depth, pipes and ducts, pipes and ducts. See that? Now I tell you, I read pipes and ducts over here. Pipes and ducts. It means the answer to question number 19, 20, it's going to be somewhere here. I just write 19, but I'll do it later. For electricity, water and waste are threaded through each floor module and all that stuff they are explaining. Okay, while it is still in the factory. Now they are telling us what they do in the factory. The client's choice of flooring is also pre-installed on top. Standard truckloads carry 2 modules each to the site with the necessary columns, boards, tools to connect. So first part they told us what they do in the factory, and then they talk about transporting the things. I mean, this is the insight you should have while reading, that how are they giving you the information. Then they say location. They arrive at the location, each section is lifted by a crane directly to the top of the building. Now let's go back. A joint business project? No. Other engineering achievements? No. Examining the overall benefits? No. Some benefits of traditional methods? No. A change of direction? No. Examples of similar global brands? Not yet. From factory to building site, so simple, from factory to building site. And I tell you once again, in the first part they talk about factory, in the second part they talk about the site, then they say they arrive at the location. Location means site. So for question number 15, the correct answer is heading number 8. So 8 is also taken. Now let's go on, and we are going to do paragraph number C. Zhang attributes his success to his creativity and his outsider perspective on technology. He started out as an art student. Okay, they're telling about his beginning in 1980s, but in 1988 Zhang left the art world to found Broad. The company started out as a maker of non-pressurized boilers. Okay, that's what they did. It's important information. His senior vice president Juliet Jiang says he made his fortune on boilers. He could have kept doing this business, but he saw the need for non-electric air conditioning. Towards the end of the decade, China's economy was expanding past the capacity of the nation's electricity grid. She explains power shortages were becoming a serious obstacle. Large air conditioning fueled by natural gas could help companies ease their electricity load, reduce overheads and enjoy more reliable climate control. Now they're talking about their other businesses or what they did? Number 1, a joint business project? No. Number 2, other engineering achievements? Yes, that's right. Why other engineering achievement? Here they are talking about pressurized boilers. Then they are talking about non-electric air conditioning, right? So these are his other business or engineering achievements. So option number 2 is going to be the right answer. See, I mean, you need this mind, by the way. It's not this much easy as it looks, but once you read and you know what you are reading, you know what is the direction of your reading, then you can just do that. Okay, we are done with the first 3. Now let's go on with D. For 2 decades, Zhang's AC business boomed, but a couple of events conspired to change his course. Okay, now they are going to talk about his changing direction, right? For 2 decades, Zhang's AC business boomed, but a couple of events conspired to change his course. The first was, now they are going to tell us about these events. The second was the earthquake that hit China. Okay, the first was the Zhang became an environmentalist, and second was this, causing the collapse of poorly constructed buildings. Initially he says, and then they explain that. So let's see if we find any clue in the beginning. But you get factory skyscrapers, the whole load bearing structure and all that. For 2 decades, Zhang's AC business boomed, but a couple of events conspired to change his business. A joint business project? No. Examining the overall benefits? No. Some benefits of traditional methods? No. A change of direction? Yes. Why not? I tell you why. A change of direction. When you read this very clearly, for 2 decades, Zhang's AC business boomed, but a couple of events conspired to change his course. Course means direction. So for D, a change of direction, heading number 6 is the right answer. Clear? Yes, very good. Now let's go on. We've got paragraph E, and that's the last paragraph. Around the world, prefabricated and modular buildings are gaining in popularity. Okay, around the world and gaining in popularity. But modular and prefabricated buildings elsewhere are, for the most part low rise. Okay, Broad is alone in applying these methods. He is alone in doing so. To skyscrapers, all right, he's just alone in doing so and all that. For Zhang, the environmental savings alone justify the effort. According to the Broad's number, a traditional high rise will produce about 3,000 tons of construction waste, while a Broad building will produce only 25 tons and all that. So they are telling us about it. Okay, traditional buildings also require 5,000 tons of water outside the building, while Broad building use none. So they are telling us the benefits, by the way. I tell you how. When we start from modular, prefabricated building elsewhere are for the most part low. Broad is alone in applying this. For Zhang, the environmental saving alone justify the effort. According to the Broad number, a traditional high rise will produce about this. Now they are comparing it with this. When they compare, they are telling you the benefits. Then again they say, while a Broad building will produce only this, traditional building also require 5,000. Then they say the building process is also less dangerous. This is also a benefit. Elevator systems, the base rails and machine rooms can be installed at the factory. This is also the benefit. Eliminating the risk of injury, that is also the benefit. So they are talking about all the benefits. Let's see if there is anything like that. My eyes went there. Some benefits of traditional methods. Now they are talking about the traditional methods and they are telling us the benefits. Let's just see what are the benefits. They say around the world prefabricated and modular buildings and all that. Then say Broad is also applying method skyscraper. Then savings just alone justify the effort. According to Broad number, a traditional high rise will produce about 3,000 tons of construction. A traditional high rise waste, while a while a broad building will produce only 25 tons. Traditional buildings also require 5,000 tons of water on site to build, while broad building use none. The building process is also less dangerous, elevator system and all that. So basically they are talking about some benefits of traditional methods, right? So they're just talking about the methods which are actually the traditional methods. Let me just go back and explain what do they mean by traditional benefits. I got it clearly. Instead of shipping, okay, let's see it again. Traditional construction is chaotic. Traditional construction is chaotic. He says we took construction and moved it into the factory. According to Zhang, his building will help solve the many problems of the construction industry, and what's more, they will be quicker and cheaper to build. So these are the benefits, some benefits of traditional methods. Okay, heading number 5. Now let's take a look at the trap headings. There are 3 trap headings here. A joint business project, that could be somewhere in paragraph 1 or so, but it's nowhere. Examining the overall benefits. Yes, this is a wonderful trap for paragraph E, because they are examining the overall benefits, but actually these are not just the overall benefits. Basically these are some benefits of traditional methods, right? So this is a very fine trap, right? And then we have another trap, examples of similar global brands. In one paragraph they talked about global brands, but that was not the scope of the whole paragraph. So this is also a trap, right? Welcome back. Okay, now happy? Yes, I've just taught you how to deal with list of headings, and by the way, now you need to practice. Maybe initially you will not be comfortable, initially your result will not be very good, but keep trying again and again, keep watching my videos and keep trying again and again, and gradually you will be good at that. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. And I run another channel, Asad Yaqub. You should subscribe to that channel as well. There I have my vlogs, Asad Yaqub Vlogs. I also teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, you can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best wholeheartedly. Take good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.